You ready?
Ready.
Let's
Let's
go.
go. All right.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Back at Elle's house again.
We're here. We're ready.
She greeted me at the door
I did.
with a toothbrush in her mouth and a mop in her hand. So
and I have two glasses on. Okay.
She was preparing for me, breath and floor at the same time. I don't know how anybody does that, but good job, Elle. And we're back. And ladies and gentlemen, we want you to participate. This is a non-Meghan Markle episode.
Yay!
For all those, but yes, we're trying.
What?
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 And Elle, what are we going to be discussing today?
Muck, Misty, and Mayhem. Our Chincoteague pony swim adventures.
Chincoteague pony swim
For
adventures.
those of you who are not familiar with Chincoteague, it is an island in Virginia, and every year they round up all the ponies,
the saltwater
cowboys,
which is the volunteer fireman-ish team.
But they all have horses.
Yes.
And they ride into the marsh and into the water. And first of all, they round up all the horses on Assateague, including all the new ponies, and they
in Maryland.
Assateague's in Maryland. Part of it's in Virginia too, but Chincoteague is in Virginia. But they do a pony swim from Assateague to Chincoteague, and it's a big fundraiser for Chincoteague and the fire company there. It's a big event. So we've been doing that for how many years? 8. You turned me onto it.
Yeah, I did it 1 year with my neighbor. We learned a lot of lessons, and then 5 of us went down the next year, and then I was too many, so we were just like, ah. But we do it every year. It's the last Wednesday of July, so the date changes, and this year it's the 100th anniversary. So we'll put a link, but we're doing this episode earlier rather than later. When we air it, maybe you'll have time to make plans. But yeah, definitely check it out because it's fun. And we're going to tell you how to prep, what not to do, what to do, and what we do.
What we do doesn't work for everyone, but we've developed our own system, and
it's the best system. Just an FYI, because people are pathetic. But let's.
Unfortunately, we can't go this year. We're going to be traveling. We have too many things lined up, work, and also getting time off from our jobs during the day because this is a side job. So this year we're going to miss it. We are so bummed. But for those of you who are going, enjoy. It's a fantastic time. I highly recommend it.
Exactly.
We highly recommend it.
We do.
Yep.
Okay. So what's up?
So where do we stay?
Okay, so we don't have a lot of time off from work. So we leave outside Philadelphia at Westchester, PA. We go down, we stay in Ocean City, Maryland. And we both seem to like Ocean City, Maryland.
Yes.
Technically, our people go to the Jersey Shore, Avalon, Cape May, Sea Isle.
Yeah, I grew up going to LBI, Long Beach Island.
I went to Ocean City.
And then Cape May is another place.
Ocean City, New Jersey. It's different than Ocean City.
OCNJ, but we go to
OCMD.
OCMD.
And Sea Isle. So Jersey's great. They have beautiful beaches, but in Jersey, the houses of the owners of the full-time residents are usually along the beach. So if you get a hotel, you always have to walk to the beach, which is a pain. Also, the taxes on the entertainment taxes. If it's I'm making this up. If it's $150, you're paying like $250. Whereas in Maryland, if you're paying $150, it's like $170.
Different taxes.
You also need beach tags.
You don't need them in OCMD.
Yeah, so we stay there and we drive the morning of Wednesday to go to Chincoteague, and we're going to
OCMD.
We're going to go through our whole process of what we do, what you need, and what we go through. And we really hope you look into it because it's fun.
Yeah, OCMD, there's a lot going on there. We stay above the boardwalk, but you've got the boardwalk, the beaches are big. We stay
at the boardwalk start, technically.
Well, we've tried all the hotels from 30th to 35, and we just keep finding.
Yeah,
we find the right hotel, but we get to walk to the boardwalk.
So we're going to give you some of our tips, some of our things that we do, and recommendations for things to do, and our life harrowing experience,
Oh,
near death
yes, near
experience.
death. This was scary, but we will get into that.
We will get into that.
So on the road. So okay, we've packed. We're in OCMD and we're getting ready to go to Chincoteague.
Well, actually, we started a new tradition last year or the year before. We have to go through
Oh,
Delaware and Dover, Delaware. There's a
yes.
restaurant. What's the name of it?
Mendy's. Is it
And
Mendy's?
I don't
No.
know.
Damn. Starts with an M. We will put that in the description, but it starts with an M.
And it's halfway. It's almost a 3.5 hour ride. So we go in there and we get to go in there and eat. And we get, what do we get? Scallops. And we get, and that's the start. And it's just because we leave after work. We try to get on the road by 5, and we're starving. And it's a little bit of a longer ride.
And
but
we like food. Food is good. We like seafood.
we see food and we
eat
eat
the
it.
food.
So we stop there and then we start driving. And then you start smelling the salt water. Oh, it's the best. And then we get down and we take that one road into Ocean City,
50.
and it's a long bridge. And guess what? You just smell the water and you see the lights and the amusement park, and yeah, that's it.
Yep.
So we usually get down there between 9 and 10 o'clock at night.
Sometimes if we're on our game, we get there between 8. 8 is the earliest we've arrived. No.
Yeah, but we're
But
never
yeah,
on our
it's
game.
usually about 9.
We're never on our
Yeah,
game.
we're never on a game. And then we got to just unpack the car and go to bed as quick as we can.
Because
what time do we get up?
4 a.m.
Depending on the tides. The swim goes on the what is the name of the tide? Damn. Well, it's the lowest slack tide. Thank you. Good job.
I know.
The slack tide. Oh,
Completely with the brains.
I'm the beauty.
So
I thought I was the brains.
Like with it right now,
brain.
Well, okay. So what happens is, like, within 3 days of the actual pony swim, they tell you what time the ponies are expected to swim, and
because they do it on the lowest tide.
They do it on the lowest tide,
it's in between where the water.
And it's not a very far slide swim, so they're okay. And it's the babies and the mamas. So we normally have to get up at 4 a.m. I get dressed. I get there, and I'm like, Eleanor, please, get up, Elle. Like, we're getting up. Our car is packed. We have beach stuff, and we have pony swim supplies, and we'll get into those. And we drive, and we leave Ocean City, Maryland. It's about an hour and a half drive, and we cross over to the island of Chincoteague, and it is very desolate.
Yep, it's a small island, but it's not a lot there. It's a home.
Like, if you break down the side of the road, you got to walk to something.
There's nothing. There's like one gas station. There's no places to eat.
Nothing.
So we have to make sure we have the
supplies,
petrol and supplies,
and this is where one of our whatever. So we get there, and then what we do is I believe it's at the community center now.
Yeah, it used to be at the high school. We park, and they have shuttle buses that shuttle all the watchers, the people who want to see the pony swim, to either the park, the Chincoteague Park, or they drop you off there. But it was at the high school, and now it's at the community center.
And you get dropped off, and they have dozens and dozens of buses. But remember, they're for kids.
Oh yeah.
And we barely fit.
And we have a whole bunch of gear.
And we get there, we get to the park. You can watch the swim from the park. You really physically can't see it, but they have giant screens.
Yeah, they started putting giant screens up. They didn't used to do that, but now they do that.
And the park is really pretty.
And it's great if you have a family with children. The park is the best place if you have a family with children or older people.
They have porta potties that are actually very clean, and they also have a little playground for the kids. But also, it's very well organized.
Yeah, and it's not. It's a short walk from the bus drop-off zone to the whole park.
But we suggest minimally for the park, bring lawn chairs, bring a blanket. It's a long,
drinks,
hot
food,
morning.
Sunscreen.
It's long and hot while you're waiting. And that's fine. It's like tailgating, where the screens are.
Yep.
Brilliant.
Beauty.
So we don't do that. We actually cross through the park down between these two people's houses.
It's an alley. It's a little alley easement,
And there's a roped off area where they march the ponies out after the swim. So I will get into our details, but we mark our spot right at the beginning. We put camping chairs there, folding camping chairs. So far, so good. Nobody's touched them.
and we get
And when we get back, our chairs are
after the
available.
swim. They have a little bit of respite for the ponies to munch on some grass and just rest up, and then they do the parade.
It gives us time, and we'll
To
get
go
it.
sit.
We'll get into the details.
We'll show you too.
So, Eleanor, should we
Yes.
start getting into like what we pack for the pony swim?
Let's do
Because the
that.
next part is the muck.
Yes, prepping for the pony swim. What do we bring?
We used to bring knee-high boots.
Yep.
Okay, let me tell you something. Muck smells,
Oh my gosh.
and you're walking with dozens of other people who are coming with the bus loads, and some of the muck is 2 inches deep,
Yes.
Some
You're
of it's
sinking.
a foot deep, some of it is 3 feet
Yeah,
deep.
we're standing in marsh and muck and
Flies
underneath the
and there might be like a little. It's not trashy; it's very clean. But somebody we saw stepped on a bottle cap thing and cut their foot.
and on the shells. There's a lot of shells. Ugh.
So
and they lose your flip flops in it.
Elle and I just keep going more and more. So basically, we got waders, fishing waders that come up to here.
So we're not getting any of that.
We're not getting any muck on it. We bring trash bags to put them in because when you take them off after the swim, you don't want them in your car.
No,
you don't want to be brushing against everybody in the bus. So we bring trash bags for that.
We're wearing shorts and a t-shirt underneath the waders
or yogas or whatever.
Yeah, we have hats.
We have backpacks with food, water that we're not going to drink because sometimes you do fall ish, and you need something to wipe. Like a handy wipe is not going to do it.
No,
you need
if
to just
you fall in the muck in the marsh, it's
you're stuck.
Yeah.
You're stuck. And
Lisa
right.
went in one time
with the boots, with only the boots,
boots.
And I couldn't get up. Thank God, this man, because she just stood there and laughed. And I'm like, I wasn't bad. Oh, we'll tell you that. I just sat back.
Yeah.
It was only on my rumpus.
But
yeah. But I also
tried to hold my
No, you didn't. You didn't try anything.
I tried.
No, you did not.
No?
You just laughed. You just laughed. Because the man's like,
well,
that stranger's laughing at you. No, she's my friend. I also got us mop holes.
Mm-hmm.
Because here's the scoop. You're walking, you're carrying your baby, there are people, we're going to tell you. It's good to know how deep. Like we pace it out, and then it helps pull you to the next spot. Because believe me, you're like, there's a dry spot over there. We're walking away. Like people are following people. It is.
You make your own path through the muck.
And
also it's hilly, and you don't know how deep.
It's somewhat dangerous. It's somewhat dangerous.
Yeah.
And then there's an area where you can see Chincoteague Island, and you can see the ponies swim over, and that's unprotected area, and it's 10 people deep. Sometimes there could be easily 600, 700, 800 people there easily in that area. I think. But there's a long, narrow dock that we stand under. Unfortunately, fortunately for Elle, she's short enough that she can stand under the dock.
And I don't hit my head.
Unfortunately, I'm too tall for it. So the pole, I actually got to lean on the pole, and that was really good.
Okay.
So I brought a portable fan because there's no breeze.
A mister.
And everybody's there, and we get there 4 hours before the swim, and we're standing in the front because there's this safety fence, which is a piece of material that if everybody leans on, they're all going over.
It's mesh, the orange mesh.
But when the horses come, everybody rushes in and they want to take your spot. And normally, like, oh, there's a little kid, we'll be nice.
No, they won't move.
No,
just take your spot.
They want to take your spot after you held it for 4 or 5 hours.
We stood in the muck and waited.
Yeah,
so we got there early because we wanted to be able to see.
We don't let other people in. And nobody else lets other people in. At first, we were being kind, but we're like, no, we stood there for over 4 hours, and you just showed up, and you want me to let your little kid. Plus the kid, I'm like, no.
And the kids,
no. Okay, we're going to talk about that. But the main thing is you should dress properly. Yeah. So the reason how we found this out was there was a woman. All right. And then the horses swim over, which we'll get into. And then they're on this little area that's really mucky and really muddy. and you're there. You watch the horses for maybe 20 minutes, and then when the horse flies start coming, then you know it's
And
time to go
it's
back to
time.
your chair. So when the horses are there, the mothers are looking for the babies. They don't know what's going
Oh, they're
on.
sad.
They're winning,
Yeah.
and then there's fights, and then there's a horse. This lady had a white rhinestone shirt on with white jeans with white wedge shoes, and the horse kicks up.
Splat.
She was
A mess.
a mess. The other funny thing is, as you walk, you see boots, you see abandoned shoes,
Abandoned
you see
shoes.
flip flops,
Flip flops.
you see
you see people with wrapping plastic bags on their feet.
like the grocery bags, and you're like, oh, how long have you been coming here? Oh, 35 years. And like, you can't remember to bring boots. Or it was funny because people saw us with, we looked like we were going to Everest. We looked like we were going to
We
Everest.
were prepared.
And everybody, they were looking at us like, what are you, special?
Special.
And they're like, oh, you guys are actually really smart. All right. I'm like, yeah.
Each year we perfect it with something else. The latest, the waiters were the big game changer.
Yeah, because
and the poles.
The poles.
That was huge. That was an LL special.
And so were the waiters.
LL special.
You know, so you go in, but there are people that have up to their ankles, but they're like from here down just covered with this horrible muck. The other thing is, people go in flip flops, and I don't understand. There's a lot of Amish people that go there.
Well, they wear bare feet all the time.
And they're barefoot.
So they're used to it. But there's people who are not. Their feet aren't used to it.
And they have like EMTs there, and you see people with bleeding feet, tetanus, that are walking around without anything, and I'm like,
no,
yeah, like oh my gosh, the infection, the everything, it's must terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't want that. And like, we come with band-aids,
we're prepared.
We have our goldfish, we have our chocolate, we have our drink, but you also can't really go to the bathroom too much, because try climbing out of there. Number one, like, once you're in the muck, you're there.
You want to stay, because it's
like, here's some salt, eat some salt, because like, you don't want to use the facilities. And then by the time you take everything off, you're like, you're just melting like
on a Porta Sands.
Oh my gosh, it is crazy. But that's how we do that. And we watch the horses, and then the other thing is, okay, the horses they do their walk after they come out, and then we leave. So we have to pack everything up.
Yep. And walk back, because it is a hike. So
it's a little bit of a hike.
To walk.
It's hot, and you're miserable, and you want to be a jerk, and you can't be a jerk.
You have to be nice.
And then it's 112 degrees, and then you're in line for the bus, and then you're going into these little kid buses with a chair, a trash bag with your waiters, your backpack, and a pole. And everybody's looking at you like, yeah. And we keep barely fit, just the two of us,
and all of our gear. It's like on our laps, and
but it's fun.
Worth it.
It's worth it. It's so, and then we get back around noonish,
depending on what time the swim is. Usually it's around noon. One time it was later. It was like 10, or the swim happened at like 10:30, 11. So we were later, but usually it's between noon, 11 to 1, say.
Yes. And we'll describe what happens with that.
So what if, for someone who hasn't been there, what should they expect?
Waiting.
Crowds.
If you have little kids, it's really hard for a little kid to stand at the muck for 4 hours and be behaved. And we get it, because we're not behaved. Like, we just want to cry and sit down. But you're asking a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and there's nowhere for them to sit. There's you can't even bring a chair. It's not safe. So if you bring kids and you really want to go to the park.
Yeah.
Because then you're going to shove your child in front of all the adults who've been standing there for 4 or 5 hours. They're not letting your child in. I'm sorry, not the personal, but they're not letting them in. But
there's a playground, so and there's places to run and play.
And
tennis,
they sell
souvenirs,
drinks,
and so
it's really nice.
Yeah,
they really do a good job. And it's all volunteers.
Yeah, and it's a big fundraiser. But expect heat,
long
sun,
waits.
Know that you're going to have to park either pay for parking near, which is premium parking. It's usually filled, but they have parking at the community center
for free.
for free, and then take the shuttle in.
There are locals that live there that will let you park on their property for 10, 20, 30, 40, or $50. And the locals also sell like water ice
Water.
and water.
And like snacks, pretzels.
Yeah, so you can
potato
buy a
chips.
25-cent
They're
bag.
making cookies. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cute. It's
fun.
kind of cute. It is
Especially when
cute.
the kids are out there with their selling their water and.
Yeah, so this is not the actual pony swim, but people don't have the correct expectations. But you're so if you're not in the sun, Elle, what are you in if you're not in the sun? Rain.
The rain.
And we have
Oh.
gone there when it has rained the entire time.
Yep.
And guess what? The crowds are still there. So you're either going to be wet and miserable or hot and miserable. But it's part of the game.
It's part of the game, and to see the ponies and to see the horses, it's incredible. It is.
It's
an
really
amazing
incredible
experience.
So what happens is, to avoid overpopulation on Assateague Island, which you can visit when you're in Maryland.
Have you done that?
We did it.
We did it.
With my sister and my two other friends. We did it. It's about, 10 minutes from Ocean City, Maryland.
Yep.
Maryland. I just said Maryland. And like all the horses are there, and they own that island.
They have complete run of the island, and they're wild. They're not penned in. We were on the beach one time, and this was with Bruce, and they came trotting by, and we're checking out, our stuff on the beach and going up and looking at different
It's pretty
people.
fascinating.
It's pretty amazing.
So what they do is to avoid overpopulation, they swim them over, and it's not very far. And there are saltwater cowboys on their horses trying to make sure, because like the first horse that comes over, like people do a bet on, but there's always like a little pony that goes, they're all going this way, and that pony's going that way,
and they're going to corral them in, and
I know,
direct them into the.
So, and it's like, and that's like where the story Misty of Chincoteague, that story was based on the pony, and the pony ended up going back to Assateague and got adopted, but ended up going back to. So that's a cute little story. But people are looking at us like pony swim. Like, oh, do you know Misty of Chincoteague, the book?
Phantom is the mom, and Misty is the pony.
We're so good at that. Oh my gosh! But that's what happens. And then the horses get on land, and it takes about maybe 10 minutes for all the horses to get over. And you watch them, and they're looking. They're all looking for the babies and everything. Yep. They're so cute. And then they're all together. And then the horses start moving out, and they get closer to the humans. and you're not allowed to touch them, but you don't want to touch them. But there's idiots that are doing it. These are wild horses anyway. So, and then you watch them. And every year, you can't tell what year the pictures are from because they're the same year. But what happens is a boat goes out, and it shoots a red flare. It's not like a big flare, but a smoky red flare. And that's when the horse swims. Cue. We can't see it because at the angle that we are, but then we're underneath. We hear the other people, yeah, like, it's starting. So that's pretty fun. And then when the first horse fly comes, we just get out.
Exit stage left.
Because those horses,
oh my gosh.
Because the horse flies land on the horses, and they sting the horses, and the horses are rearing up and kicking. My friend I could visit all the time has horses, and she's like, if you see the horse fly, just kill it. Obviously, we can't kill it, and there's too many. And it's not really a huge field that they're in, or a huge muggy area.
No, it's a little pen area.
I mean, it's big enough for them, but it's not humongous. It's not like it's like half a foot, a quarter of a foot. I don't know.
Probably about a half a football. Half to 3/4 of a football field.
I'm just going to say a third. We don't know how big a football field is.
But it is. It's pretty wide. So
yeah, but I mean, you can definitely see the far end very easily if you're nearsighted. So we sit down, we take off our mucks. We're trying not to get everybody all muddy. And we sit down, and they march the horses out to go to the fair. And
where they sell the pony.
They auction. They auction the ponies.
Auctions, not sell. Oh, auction.
Auction. And then they have like stands and rides and everything. And then on Friday, the horses go back.
They swim back.
And we don't do that because
we just see the ponies swim.
Because we're sitting on the beach.
Yeah.
We're sitting
OCMD.
on the beach.
We're eating crabs in OCMD.
But it's so cute when all the horses come, and there's always a stray horse like going the wrong way. And just hearing a horse go
up close and personal.
Oh my God. I love horses so much. Well, I have a horse story for you. I can tell you a horse, but that's what it is, and that's what we do.
So we had a couple years where we had some scary. The biggest one was a scary pre-dawn breakdown. Oh my! Tell me, it was Lisa driving.
So
no, it was her car that broke down, not her.
So a couple of months ago, I live on a hill. My neighbor's car ran into my car and smashed it. Can you go to my guy because we can avoid insurance? And his guy screwed my car. Like I was having a problem. I had to sell my car. Like it was so bad. So we're driving down. I always get my car checked for the ride down, and all the alarms are going off. That every tire is low. So we had to stop like every Wawa, which is a convenience store if you don't know. Wawa's Indian for goose, Wawa, and all my tires they're full. Yep. So we're like, what the heck? So we get to the hotel, we unpack, we go to bed, and we get up and we're driving. And again, Ocean City, Maryland is populated. Once you go past a certain point,
it gets desolate.
Yeah. So we're driving, and all the alarms start going off again. I'm like,
all the lights, all the dashboard lights.
And it's 4:30, and so we pull into like the strip mall where there's a Wawa, so we can use their air again. And we see a tow truck. And I'm like, all right, let's ask this guy. Why is he here at 4:30 in the morning? Well, we'll ask this guy. And I said, hey, we're having problems with my car. Everything's going off. Can you just look at my tires? I'm thinking he has a thing in his car to check tire pressure. Oh, yeah. So he comes out, and he goes, follow me. Right. And we're like, okay. He goes, I'm just up and there was an off ramp to the road. And he goes, I'm just off the ramp, and there's a gas station. And it's like a block away. We're like, oh, I see the gas station. We'll follow him to the gas station. It's right by the road. It's well lit. So we go up, and he turns.
He doesn't go to the gas station.
No. So then he's driving through this little town.
It's like Bay Town, very secluded.
And the houses are getting further and further apart. And we're like, well, where the fuck is this
Where are we going? And he's going out. There's nothing, and it's just industrial areas.
And we're like, do we follow him? Yeah, because we're stupid. As again, bad decisions make good stories. So then he turns down another road where everything's desolate. I'm like, oh, like, how are you going to find our place? Like, oh my God, whatever. Then he puts his turn signal on, and we're like, oh, he's turning. And it's like a dirt road with nothing on it. And I said, Elle, take a picture of the back of his car with his license plate so that when we die,
we have documentation of where we were and who had us.
And she shows me the picture years later, and you can't even see the license plate. We'll put the picture out because we have the. And I'm like, well, that's not going to do us any good.
But he takes us to some
garage.
It's not even a garage. It's more of a Garages, like it's
in a row. There's like garages in a row, and then
it's like a storage unit facility.
And then we go past
somebody's personal garage.
Yeah, but they're doing. And then we go to his garage, and I'm like,
and another guy comes walking out.
Wait, and I said, stay on the opposite side of the car. If I walk here, you walk there. He can't get us both. Like, just keep going.
One of us has to survive.
So he seemed nice, but Ted Bundy seemed nice too. I thought, and like, oh, what's going on? So he's hooking all this stuff up to my car. He goes, oh, I see what the problem is, and we're there for like till 6. It's like 6 o'clock.
He's still there. He's working on it. I'm like,
oh my God. And like, we really don't have money. And I didn't want to like whip out my credit card and give it to a complete stranger. And then I'm thinking, why are all these other garage people up at 4 and 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning? We're like, and he goes, oh, I think I fixed it. I'm like, oh, thanks or whatever. Right.
Well, it was the electrical system. But you needed to have a code or something for the certain type of car. He did his best he could. He got us running. He did get us running, but we were still the navigational system was causing all the problems, and it was some kind of upgrade.
So we're like, okay,
we can't go to the pony swim though.
So we're driving.
We survived.
We're driving. Every light goes off in my car every morning, and I'm like, Jesus. We were like 2 car lengths, and we're like, we can't, like, can we drive the car back? And he goes, well, I'm like, all right. I was like, all right, we're done. But like, we were there for over 2 hours.
Yep.
And I'm thinking, we're dead.
They're gonna take us and
make us their women.
They're gonna swim with the fishes.
It was so scary. And then I said, "Oh, Ella, do you have that picture of the car?" And she goes, "Yeah." I'm like, "We don't have to blur out the license plate because you can't even see the license plate." But it was like pretty funny. Like, just stay wherever he goes, just go like on the other side. It was pretty funny. So we're leaving and we're trying to find our way back to the main road. I'm like, "What do you think? Like, do we want this to happen in another hour?" And we're like, "No, let's just go back." So being the people that we are, every morning, like everything's going off. We get back to the hotel, we turn the car off. I'm like, I'm not touching this car
Till the end.
to the day we leave. Because but I thought, oh, we're gonna be on 2020 or Dateline, or we're gonna be on
two missing women.
We're gonna be on one of those
on the way to the Chincoteague pony swim, missing,
you know,
MIA.
Oh my God! So we
are abandoned.
So needless to say, so we get back and we actually went back to bed.
We went back to bed and then we went to the beach in the afternoon.
And we just stayed at the beach.
Yeah.
So
and
yeah,
that worked. But that was one of our scary stories, near misses.
Yeah, that was it.
We survived and we continued to go back to Chincoteague to see the pony swim till this day.
Exactly. So we do pack supplies for the beach.
Yes.
We each have our own umbrella. Actually, we have 3 umbrellas because I get up around 7 and go out to the beach and put the umbrellas in 2 chairs because
I like to sleep.
I like to sleep too, but let me tell you, like we like to have like opportune, whatever. And now I draw a circle around our area that's made too thick because we come down, like I put them in. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to get my suit on and come right back down. There are people not in my chair, but under my umbrella. And I'm just like, what the heck?
Yep.
And you're not supposed to smoke on the beach. And then a guy's sitting right next to me and he's like,
chewing tobacco.
I'm like, wait, there's like miles of empty beach and you're sitting under my umbrella. Like, what the heck?
Come on.
I mean, and like, since we don't have kids and we don't have to worry about anything, we don't have any agenda. We're there till late at night and everything, and we want good seats. Like, sorry, we do that. But I think that's the year that we were on the 2nd floor.
Oh gosh! So here's another thing: we are on the 2nd floor of the Flamingo. Oh gosh, we don't go back there anymore. But so our car was parked right underneath our balcony
on the 2nd floor. But guess who had rope in her car?
This one. This one.
This one's one.
Toe. Sorry, that's
this toe. So so we were carrying things up and like it's a pain. You know what it's like at the end of the beach. Like you just want to kill the person and yourself because you're just like miserable.
So Lisa rigs up a
rope. And we lower and raise our lawn chairs, our beach cart,
some little pulley system,
the wagon, and people are just like watching us. But we're right there, like,
and
hey,
they were like,
it worked.
That's really innovative.
And then
she's MacGyver.
When do you see what I did to the cruise? I'm gonna be MacGyver. But it was like people were just watching us.
Pulled up our luggage,
and we're like,
our beach gear.
We're like, yeah, because there's no elevators. And it was pretty funny. So we did that, and it was fun. We have fun. But we're trying different hotels. Yeah, go ahead.
But that's the whole thing. This is a fun adventure for us, and we enjoy it, and we like to. We just enjoy it. It's a good time. We highly recommend it, and check it out. We invite you to go it. And this year it's the 100th anniversary. So July, I think it's 29th. Sometime the last
Wednesday.
Last Wednesday in
and
July.
Then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is like the whole event.
Yeah.
So when we come back from this pony swim, we're not pretty. Let's just say we're not pretty.
No.
So we go to the beach, and that's only usually for a couple hours, but we have a tradition that we go to Harrison's
Crab House
and
Higgins.
And I wear this because crab, you get very gross.
Yep. I mean, we're in there to eat crab, and we don't.
I got her an apron, but she can't find it. But we go in. I have the apron on, and the waiters go, "Oh, you mean business? All you can eat crab?" We don't even talk for the first hour.
No,
We're
it's
just like shoving food in our
crab.
mouth.
We're in our regressive states. Regressive state is when we're so hungry and we're so ready to eat. You just
I know, and we have a good time. And then we go to the boardwalk at night because they have a very beautiful boardwalk.
yeah.
And but it's this pony swim that gets us down there,
Yep.
and we have a great time.
And then the rest of the time, we just sit on the beach, relax, and go board walking.
I laugh at people trying to set up their umbrellas.
It's a good time. So yep, go. We do recommend just make sure you're prepared. Have a game plan. If you do want to go to the marsh area to see the ponies, just like dress appropriately.
Not in your best.
Not in your best. Do not wear your white.
Do not wear anything good that you want to
wear your old clothes. Boots if you have them. Waders. Be prepared to use the porta-sands. But be prepared to have a good time and see these ponies up close and personal. But also, if you have children, go to the park area. So yeah, we invite you. Check it out. We'd love to hear your stories if you've gone. And
tell us if you've gone and if you've had any near-death experiences, because we want to hear about that. And if you go to Ocean City, Maryland, let us know, because I love Ocean City, Maryland.
OCMD.
It does rock.
Yeah. So thanks, everybody.
Yes, and 100th anniversary. Go Chincoteague.
Yes.